Yo, what up? Rec Team Tex here. Yo, on my born day, man, 41 laps around the sun. I had to tap in and just, express some thoughts about this whole Will Smith, Chris Rock situation, man. I've been quiet for a minute, man. I ain't been tapping in, but I had to tap in on this one, man. Like, listen, man. Yo, just speaking to the real alpha males out there, real soldiers out there, man. The black ones in particular. Like, I can understand being in a position where you feel like you have to defend your wife or, defend your loved ones. I can get that. I can identify with that. But at the same time, man, you have to carefully choose your battles, man. You have to carefully assess what's necessary when it comes to rules of engagement, man. You really do. And I think that, obviously we all kind of seen the trajectory of what, what's been going on with Will Smith, him writing his book, the documentary that, followed him writing his book, and then just all these different things in the media over the last few years, the entanglement and all of that. So I think we all, as adults, can obviously understand that clearly this wasn't about the joke. His reaction, his response to the joke wasn't about the joke. This has been a build-up of some sorts. You know what I'm saying? A build-up of large proportions for him, which is a very, very, very strong lesson, and it should serve as a strong lesson for all of us of how we got to check our energy. You know what I'm saying? And check what's going on around us, because you'll explode and do something crazy and look crazy while you're doing it. If you allow yourself to drag around all of this negative energy and all of these negative past incidents that has obviously had a large effect on your life, if you drag those around and allow them to go, allow them to process in your thought patterns, and then your energy going unchecked, you'll have an episode like this. And it's, again, like I said, I can understand feeling like you want to defend your wife, but, Will's actions, man, were unjustified, man. They were unnecessary. They were extreme. This dude, man. And, I just want to say, man, I don't understand. I don't be understanding some of this shit out here. It just shows how celebrities and people in position of social power and all of this stuff, man, it shows how completely detached these people are from reality, man. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is that, Will, he obviously picked a safe victim, man. And it shows, it's indicative of the fact that he's clearly out of touch with reality, man. Because where we come from, where we grow up, somebody died behind something like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's why you don't really hear many stories in the hood of men slapping other men, man. Because the person who initiated the slap usually don't live to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, every dude that watched that come from where we come from and grew up where we grew up and endured the lessons that the environments that we grow up in teach you. Every man who watched that footage that falls in that category, that come from that, every man who watched that, their blood was boiling, man. Cause it don't matter, man, what words somebody said, man. When you make a decision to slap, not even punch, man, to slap another grown man as a grown man, you have to be prepared to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, Because I'm telling you right now, man, like, anybody who knows me personally knows how deeply to the fabric of my being that I mean, like, listen, man, there's certain things that's just absolutely not tolerated when it comes to the interaction of grown men amongst grown men. You know what I'm saying? Grown man amongst grown man. And putting your hands on another grown man for any reason, you got to be prepared to lose your life. You know what I mean? And Will Smith can, you know what I mean? His wife is Jada. She can, he can tap in with Tupac's people about that. He can tap in with King Von people. You put your hands on another grown man, you got to be prepared to die, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not joking around. It's really that serious. So it just his actions just shows how completely these celebrities and these people of that level, well, not level, because I don't believe people should be categorized by levels, but I'm just saying, man, like, these celebrities and people of that stature, they're just completely out of touch with reality, man. And Will, he obviously picked a safe victim. Yes, it was an off-color joke, man. Particularly because of the medical reasons attached to why Jada's losing her hair. But at the end of the day, it was just words, man. It was a joke. It was just words. He could have pulled up on homie and backstage or after the show and said, "Listen, man, don't play with me like that. I ain't think it was funny. Don't disrespect my wife." There was many ways to handle that. You know what I mean? And he chose to put his hands on another grown man. The balls, the nerve. You know what I mean? Like, because Chris Rock is a strong dude, man. I don't know if it was definitely confusion. I mean, we all saw that. I don't know if it was fear of Will. I don't know if this was a testimony to his professionalism that he didn't knock Will the fuck out. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what it was, but you replace Chris Rock with most men, man. Will would probably be somewhere still bleeding out. You know what I mean? That's you put your hands on another grown man. That's long black Cadillacs in front of your mama's house. You know what I mean? That's that type of violation. Real talk. And I'm you know what I mean? I don't be promoting, violence, particularly black amongst black violence. But damn, man, come on, man. There's rules. You dig what I'm saying? There's rules. That's an extreme violation. You do not put your hands on anybody. As a man, you absolutely don't put your hands on women and children. But you definitely don't put your hands on another grown man. Like, you can. I retract some. You can, but you have to be fully prepared for the consequences that's gonna come with it. You know what I mean? Which, where we come from, that's usually death, man. That's somebody's gonna get killed behind some shit like that. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. I wish Will the best, even though I think he's a 100% full-grown sucker. You know what I mean? I lost a lot of respect for him last night. I really did. You know what I mean? And if I was his homeboy or one of his close people, I wouldn't be celebrating no shit like this with him. And then he goes out, you know what I mean? From what I'm hearing, he goes out to the after party, the Vanity Fair, whatever it was they was having, and he's celebrating and dancing. Man, his people need to, pull his coats out of that. Like, homie, that was foul. Like, that was foul. That was some foul shit. You know what I'm saying? And we don't respect shit like that. You know what I mean? Chris Rock, he got kids at the end of the day. You know what I mean? He up there to do what he do. He's a comedian. He up there to do his job. And because, you feel so entitled because he said something that you don't, that you feel like disrespected your wife, and we can't tell people how to react or feel about what people say about him. So, if she felt it was disrespectful, then it was disrespectful. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? The punishment got to fit the crime. You dig what I'm saying? So because you felt like he went too far, you going now put your hate. This man got kids. You gonna embarrass him up there in front of the world, in front of his kids? yo, man, I broke Will Smith's neck. Like, you know what I mean? At that point, don't nobody give a fuck that you Will Smith. Fuck out of here, man. And if I'm going, the homie's going. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a full-on situation in there with the right person. It's a full-on, serious, dangerous situation in there. And I think Will Smith just, you know, with all the things he's been dealing with, he just picked a safe victim and said, yo, this is the venue. I'm going to show people I'm tough. You know what I mean? And shout out to Philadelphia. I know you from Philly, man, but you ain't, come on, Will. You ain't, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't no real Philly hitter. Like, let's be real. Because a real Philly OG would never have handled that situation like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, you can't pick this time and this venue to be on some shit like this. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. So that, you know, ain't no reason to make this any longer than it is, man. I just wanted to, you know, voice my opinions on that. Because that was some crazy shit. You know what I mean? I feel like that was some crazy shit. I feel like Will should be held accountable. And I honestly feel like he should be held accountable by way of violence towards him on behalf of Chris Rock. Like, Chris Rock need to pull up. Chris Rock, you gotta pull up on homie. You gotta find him somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You gotta find homie somewhere and do what you do. Like, straight up. You gotta find homie somewhere and do what you do. Like, get to it, straight to the business, straight to the action. You gotta find cuz somewhere, get straight to the action. Cause you owe him one. You know what I mean? You owe him one. I don't care how childish that might sound. I don't care that I'm saying this on the day I'm turning 41. I don't care about none of that. There's rules, man. There's rules of engagement. And you know that every man that come from where we come from understands unwritten rules, man. You don't do no shit like that. You know, this man got kids. He got a profession. He's up there doing his profession. You gonna attempt to embarrass him in front of the world? So now, you know, you need, if you feel like he's a little, you feel like he's a little out of your league, call a couple of homies. Ain't Chris Rock from Brooklyn somewhere? Call a couple of homies. Call a couple of homies, have them, you know, squad up, go with you. Y'all do what y'all do. I mean, look, if I'm there with the homies, then it's going up. It's a situation. But I ain't, you know, I'm not calling note for nobody on a situation like that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna handle it straight myself. Everything that's gonna happen to you is gonna be done by me. You know what I mean? Personally. Anybody, any of the homies choose to go, they making their own decision as men, but the initiating, you know, officer of these proceedings is going to be myself. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So, again, at the end of the day, I wish everybody involved the best, but I'd fuck Will Smith up, straight up. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all the movies. You know what I mean? Fuck Mike Lowry, all that. You'd have got your ass whooped. Bad. Real bad. Real bad. You know what I mean? That's a violation of catastrophic proportions, man. Like, that's some wild shit. That's some wild shit, man. So, hey, whatever, man. But last thing I want to say is, man, anybody who's celebrating Will and co-signing that, you know, just look at the Tupac situation, look at the King Von situation. Don't celebrate nothing like that, man. Don't celebrate people's bad decisions right up until they in the casket, man. Shit like that ain't funny. It is unnecessary, and you know it can get you killed, straight up. So don't be co-signing no dumb shit like that. And we'll need to go somewhere and talk to some real people. He really need to talk to a psychiatrist if he hasn't been already, but he need to talk with some real people from real areas, not none of this Hollywood shit, and talk to some real people and have them, you know, check them like, well, you out of pocket, man. You really out of pocket, man. You picked the, you know, the right person, obviously, because nothing happened to you, but you keep parading around trying to prove you tough and trying to, you know, defend your woman's honor, and you're going to defend your woman's honor right into a casket. Because you're going to do that to the right person or the wrong person, depending on who's, assessing the situation. But you're going to do that to a person that's going to say, look, fuck it all. And then all the people that's celebrating what you did, that's right. He should have did that defending. And when they broadcasting your funeral and they taking your body around Philadelphia, all those same people want to say, well, why he do that, man? He shouldn't have did that, man. He might still be alive. You know what I mean? So look at it that way. That part. Red Team Text. Peace.